Hey everyone, I'm Amber from The Sensible Mama, and on today's episode of 5 Ways Wednesday, I'm going to go over 5 ways to use a Jujube fuel cell. First, I'm going to show you how to use your fuel cell to store and carry a breast pump. The pump that I have in this fuel cell right now is a Medela Pump and Style Advanced. I've removed the pump and all of its workings from the black tote that it comes in, and I've put them all inside this fuel cell. You'd be astonished to see how much can fit inside of here. I was shocked when I got it all in here. So I have, sitting on the top, a hands-free bra. Underneath that, I'm able to keep all of the pieces that go with the pump, so I can put these together and be ready to go. I have collection and storage bags here. Tucked into the side, I keep the spare battery just in case I am out somewhere and I don't have my cord with me. I'm able to use this so I can pump on the go. And then down in the bottom of the fuel cell is the pump itself. You can see here is the place where you would connect the battery. So you just plug this right in and you're ready to go. What I've done is I have slipped the leg of some yoga pants that I cut up over this pump. There are some like scratchy metal pieces on the back, and I didn't want to ruin the lining of my fuel cell because it's so pretty in there. So by slipping this over the pump, I'm able to keep that lining from getting scratched. And the last thing that I have in the fuel cell is up in the zipper pocket. I just keep the tubing and spare membranes in here so that the tubes are staying clean and sterile and things like that. So it's really incredible to be able to fit all of those things inside of a fuel cell and be able to pump on the go or at home, whichever works for you. Another thing that I like to use the fuel cell for is as a bathtime bag for my son when we're on the go. So if we're out traveling somewhere and it's time for a bath, I can just whip this fuel cell right out of my bag and I don't have to go hunting for all of his bath time things. So in the top portion in the zipper pocket, I just have some neat cheeks in case I want to give him a quick wipe down before the bath. I have a little container full of baby Q-tips so that I can clean his ears out. Off to the side here, I have his hoodie towel and a washcloth, just folded up over there. And then next to that, I have one of these little water scoopers. This is great for cleaning my son because I can dump the water over his head, and he loves to play with this while he's taking a bath, so it serves two purposes. But inside of there, I just have obviously his baby wash. I have some lotion down in there. And then I have a comb and of course some finger clippers in case we need them. Fingernail clippers, not I'm not clipping his fingers. So all of that fits great into the fuel cell, and like I said, it's just awesome to have it all in there nice and neat when it's time for a bath. Another way that I like to use the fuel cell is as a mini diaper bag when I'm taking my son to the nursery for church on Sundays. I know everyone packs up diaper bags a little bit differently, so I've packed this the way I ordinarily pack it just to show you how much stuff you can fit inside of a fuel cell if you're using it as a diaper bag. So on the outside of the fuel cell, I just have a passy pod with a spare passy for my son. On the inside, I like to use the zipper window as a place to put my son's name and a number where we can be reached, just in case there's a problem and someone needs to send us a text during church so we can come get our son. I have in here a Be Neat bag, and inside of this I've put all the things that my son would need if he gets hungry. So I have a little thing of some solid foods that we're just starting since he's about to be 6 months, and a spoon for him. I have some neat cheeks so they can clean his face after he eats, and of course the Be Neat bib so they can keep his clothes clean. In here I also have a bottle of pumped milk and a burp cloth wrapped around it so that way they don't have to go hunting for something when it's time to burp him. I have one pocket diaper with the insert already in it. I can actually fit 2 in here, but for right now there's just one. I have a change of clothes for him in case there's a blowout. I have a wet bag. This is the medium-sized Planet-Wise bag, and it fits in there perfectly. Then I always keep 1 or 2 disposable diapers in there, just in case someone in the nursery is not comfortable with cloth. And then the last thing I have in here is a booty pod, just with some spare baby wipes in them, just in case they're needed. This fuel cell is packed for restaurant needs for an infant. There are lots of YouTube videos out there about how to pack for a toddler who is a little bit more autonomous at a restaurant, but I haven't seen too many videos out there about how to pack for an infant. And since I have a 5-month-old and we're just getting started on the phase where he's grabbing for things and needs to be entertained at a restaurant, I thought I'd show you how we're doing this. I love to keep a fuel cell packed this way in my car so that if my husband and I stop to eat on the way home or something, we already have this all packed up and it didn't take up any room in my diaper bag while we were out. So in here I have neat cheeks on the top just to keep my son clean after he eats. I have a medium set piece with everything related to eating in here, so I have some food and a spoon and a Be Neat for him in there. On the top I have his favorite toy right now, which is just his nursing necklace. He doesn't really use it while he's nursing, but it's fun to kind of jingle it at him and he'll laugh and play. And it's very tactile as well, so this gives him lots of entertainment in the restaurant. I have a custom piece with wet ones in it so that we can all wipe down our hands and surfaces and things like that. I have pacifier wipes. Since these are safe for baby, I can clean off anything that might be going in his mouth. I also have a nursing cover in here just in case the solid food isn't cutting it for him and he wants to nurse. I have a little water bottle in case he wants a sip or 2 of water. And then, of course, a little book just to keep him entertained in case we push him a little bit too far while we're at the table. The way that I have this fuel cell packed is as a bad weather bag for clipping to your stroller. So I like to take this strap here and connect this over the handle of my stroller, and that way it stays attached to my stroller at all times. What I have in here is basically anything that I might need if my husband and I are out with our son and we get rained on unexpectedly. So I have 2 ponchos in here, one for my husband and I. Now I know not everyone thinks that ponchos are the most stylish thing in the world, but in a pinch, when you can't use your hands and you want to stay out of the rain, you can't hold an umbrella, this is a great thing to have. I actually have 2 of these umbrellas that fit in here. This one is my husband's and I have a pink one just like it for me. And the pink one fits right here in this little slot. So I keep 2 umbrellas in here so that if we can use them, both my husband and I have an umbrella. I'll get to this in a second. What I have up top here is actually a ShamWow. And it might sound funny, but I swear to you, this thing is a great thing to have. If you get soaking wet, if your technology gets wet, even if your hair gets wet, this ShamWow is so absorbent that it will help you dry off. So it may seem like a silly thing to have, but I really think it's a great idea. You can fit, lay this down, you can fit a huge ShamWow in here. I don't know if you can see that all the way, but it's enormous. You can use this, like I said, to dry off your clothing, to dry off your shoes, and you can even run this through your hair, and it will get some of that dampness out of your hair as well. Now, the last thing that I have in here, and you'll be shocked to see that it fits, this is a stroller cover for the stroller. This goes on my City Mini jogger, and basically I can put this over the part that my son sits in and it keeps the wind and the rain from coming in on him. So just so you can see how big this thing is, I'm going to switch the camera view and open this up all the way so you can see. I just wanted to give you a peek at how big that stroller cover is that was crammed inside of this little fuel cell. So remember, I was able to get this along with 2 ponchos and 2 little umbrellas along with a ShamWow into that itty bitty fuel cell. So if you take all this into the fuel cell, attach it to your stroller, you've got a great way to stay dry and warm if you get caught outside in the rain.